Welcome everyone to for this Thursday webinar where we will be talking about digital twin for built environment and how we will be able to create the digital twins for maintenance management by using various innovative technologies. So to agenda of this webinar today will be like we will be talking a bit about what DESAPEX does and what are the core strength and portfolio of DESAPEX, and also later that we'll be understanding about Grandland from Vico, who is head of global operations in Grandland. And followed by that, we will have Mr. Yuka talking from Business Finland. So he will explain about the opportunities for Finnish companies here in India and the collaborations which he is doing. And post that, we will talk about the digital twin solutions, architecture, and some of the use cases and demos which we have done in the recent past. So to continue with the agenda, so we will be discussing about the DESAPEX portfolio. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. So this is the global locations which we are serving services. We are predominantly a digital engineering company providing services here in India as well as some part of North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia. So our mission is to enable digital adoption and integration of technology for target value design. And by doing this, we want to build a sustainable built environment. And these are some of the customer segments which we are serving, right, starting from hotel, restaurants, corporate real estate, residential, educational institutes, data center. So wherever there is a capex infrastructure getting built, and also the operational stages of the building. So these are our customer segments here. And so this is a little bit about our team. So currently we are a 45 plus team. Our headquarters here is in Bangalore, and me being one of the managing partner, and also Mr. Srinidhi leading our digital engineering team. So the team consists of various engineering profiles, starting from civil engineer, mechanical engineer, and architectural design engineers. So here the unique services which we are offering ranges from digital project management. Nowadays, a majority of the projects are having BIM as a mandate here in India, but the supply chain is not fully capable of actually handling the projects on a digital platform. So here in the digital project management, we create the platform for delivering the projects on a BIM framework, and digital design management is where we are actually managing the design in a digital framework for the design which has been already authored by the consultants. And digital asset management or the maintenance management is an activity where we actually digitalize the buildings in the design, after the design, or after the handover of the building during the operational stage. So this is our approach. So we blend all the three domains, the domain understanding of construction, civil engineering, architectural, and mechanical, and then the process of digitalization, and definitely the tools and technologies which we use to create these frameworks. And with respect to today's discussion, so we are one of the world's first company to get ISO 19650 kite mark verified, which is a global standard for BIM, and India's only company now to get this kite mark verified from British Standard Institute. And talking about our first service, the digital design management. So everyone knows about BIM now. So I think the knowledge has been already spread why we require BIM instead of traditional process of directly issuing the site drawings to the site and then getting the issues. So we actually manage it digitally so that all the issues which comes out of the construction site are handled well before, and we are preponing the issues digitally, and all the review drawings go to the site. And digital project management is where we handle the projects where the BIM workflow has been implemented. So in a traditional ecosystem, we used to handle it in the drawings, but nowadays when there are models involved, we need to manage the information better. And this is a digital twin framework where we are using advanced laser scanners to create as-built models. I think Vico will be talking about more how to use this as-built models for operations and maintenance. And this is about our partnership with Grandland. So over to you, Vico.
Thank you, Varun. Let me start with my presentation. First of all, good afternoon to all participants. It's a pleasure and honor to have the possibility to tell you a little bit of our solution regarding BIM and digital twins. So the topic is what it takes to create a digital twin facility for your facility. But before going there, I'd like to first introduce a little bit of myself and the company that I'm representing, what is Granlund and who I am. So I've been working for the company already nearly 30 years, all the time with this solution, kind of property management, consulting, property management solutions, software, seeing how softwares have been developing, how the BIM ecosystems have been developing, building services and creating the solution, being very close to the client, seeing kind of like how their needs develop and along with their processes, being kind of like able and having the privilege of helping the clients. And at the moment, I'm in charge of our global operations. So Granlund as a company, we are quite traditional Finnish engineering and specialist company, already founded in 1960. So this year we did turn 60. Having more than 1,000 employees, the number at the moment is around 1,100, and it's estimated that we will reach the 100 million euro revenue this year. So the company background is very much in mechanical planning, engineering. We also do energy consultation, property, real estate consulting, and it's very much kind of like this core competence and company heritage that we have brought as a part of our solution. So globally, our spearhead is Granlund Manager Solution software. And in general, we can say that on a corporate level, we focus strongly on innovation and development. And then our aim is to create well-being in the built environment. So kind of like the end customer, building users, in the end, they are the customers of most of us and most of you also participating in this webinar. So at the end, they are paying all our bills. So I think it's privilege for us and our job to provide them best possible built-in environments. So this also, our background differentiates us from most software players. We have quite good core understanding of what we are doing, and it is very exceptional. Then what do we do with Granlund Manager Solutions? We want to make property maintenance smart and simple. So we see our solution is an industry-leading cloud-based property maintenance and energy management software. We have done implementation to more than 60,000 properties in more than 30 different countries. And what does the solution do? In the end, it gives the control of property maintenance on a single digital platform. And this helps property owners and operators to create smarter ways of working, as well as saving costs and energy. Simple as that. And then the solution, of course, it's cloud-based. This makes it also very quick and easy to do the implementation. You don't need to buy any software. You don't need to buy any hardware. You will be getting automatic updates on monthly basis. Solution is fully mobile. This is one of the features that makes it very, very easy to use and gives good user experience. In our policy, we don't have any limitations to the number of users. So we don't get any extra money of the people using the system, because we want everyone to use the system and generate data, which helps kind of like our clients. So data is very important. System is suitable for all type of buildings and industries. And we have quite good proven track records of our clients being able to save cost and money, cost and energy in long run. In emerging countries, it can be easily 20 to 30% of operational expenses. So at the moment, there's more than 1,000 customer organizations in around 30 countries using the solution. And how we operate is through our global partner network, and in India, Desapex is our great partner. Then who are our customers? As mentioned, this software is suitable for all type of buildings and building operators. So therefore, we have customers coming from all these segments. Few brands you might be aware of. So we have kind of like small clients, but we have also kind of like world-class top brand clients as well. I have few customer cases to explain a little bit what we have done with different customers on different customer segments. So Senath Properties is a governmental building owner in Finland. They have as a total number close to 10,000 properties and more than 6 million square meters of leasable area. And a few years ago, they set a target of saving 100 million euros on an annual basis. And we've been collaborating for more than 20 years with them. And since they are kind of like the technological and from process wise kind of foreseeing real estate developer and owner also in Finland. So they see Granlund as a partner and playing very important role when they set up these different type of targets. And they also see that when you set these targets on the properties, it's impossible to reach these targets without having proper tools and utilizing data. Second case comes from the retail segment. So we have thousands of retail and kind of like commercial building customers. Citycon is the biggest mall operator in Northern Europe. So they are using our solution Granlund Manager in all their buildings, and also utilizing much of the kind of like IoT data nowadays, also heading towards digital twin. And they have in long term being able to decrease their total energy consumption 25%. So and kind of like we all know that good indoor shopping environment is very important and crucial in retail business, and that's where we are targeting and aiming with Citycon. McDonald's, very well known brand. If we think that the previous case was big shopping malls, but the solution is also suitable for smaller scale restaurants and outlets like McDonald's because of its good scalability. So what they wanted to have was transparency and quality for their maintenance. So they have kind of like coming from corporate level, high standards and requirements, same standards, same requirements, same type of properties. So it's very easy to scale throughout kind of like the big number of their properties. But because of the high number, it was very difficult to get information when all was manual and scattered. So this has brought much efficiency to their operations. ABB, we've had a kind of like recent projects have been their new 300,000 square meter factory implementation in Xiamen. We collaborate with them also in Northern Europe. So their aim is to get the control and visibility for their maintenance. And there's more than 1 million square meters and 1,000 end users utilizing this solution within the ABB properties. My last use case would be healthcare segment, hospitals. So solution is very suitable for hospitals, and actually hospitals, they operate 24/7, and it's very critical that they function as they should function. If you think like emergency or operational room, you need to have clean air, you need to have lighting. So it's also uninterrupted operations that they value. So if the technical systems and the property doesn't function, it starts to be critical for people. People start to lose their lives. So it's very critical for them that systems function as they should. And also hospitals are very big energy consumers, and with this whose real estate, which is kind of like the capital area or the public hospitals, having around 1 million square meters of property, hospital properties, and by using Granlund Manager, they have been able to save annually 1.4 millions. And actually, you can see that when they do this benchmarking, that their costs were very much going up, and then they kind of like started to make new targets, utilizing more solutions and software data for their building management, and you can see that they were able kind of like to cut down the trend and cut their cost, whereas kind of like the general cost index of hospital properties has been going up. So concretical examples of the benefits. So this was the introduction of Granlund and what type of customers we do have. Now I would like to give the stage to Jukka to introduce a little bit of Business Finland. Please, Jukka, continue.
Thank you, Veikko. Thank you, Varun. So good afternoon to India, and I think it's still morning in Finland. Yes. So good morning to Finland. Good morning, Veikko, and greetings from the Finnish embassy here in New Delhi. Thanks for inviting me. I'm so happy and so excited to see this partnership between Granlund and Desapex. It's wonderful to see that things happen during these COVID times as well. So my name is Jukka Holappa, and I look after Business Finland activities in India, based out of Embassy of Finland here in New Delhi. And Business Finland is a very unique governmental organization, so I represent the Finnish government. We have 5 mandates from Finland, from Finnish government. Number 1, it's our role to help Finnish companies, so the traditional export promotion is something that we do. So it's our role to help Granlund, and it's also our role to help Finnish companies, partners like Desapex in this case. So export promotion is something we do. Then number 2, our second mandate is Invest In. So we are the Invest in Finland entity for Finland. So it's our role to attract foreign direct investments to Finland, and there is lots and lots of activity there from India to Finland. Then number 3, what makes us extremely unique compared to other trade and investment councils is that we are also the innovation funding agency in Finland. So we fund R&D and innovations. Our annual funding budget is about 600 million euros. And this year, due to COVID, so it has been actually we got extra 1.1 billion euros from the Finnish government. So this year we have injected 1.7 billion euros to the Finnish innovation ecosystem. And actually Granlund is one of the spearhead companies in Finland whose innovations and R&D we also have been funding previously and at the moment are funding. Considering that there are tens of thousands of companies in Finland, so there are about 200 of these spearhead, most innovative, most potential Finnish companies. Then number 4, we also work on tourism. Visit Finland is the brand of Finnish Tourism Board, which we manage. And then number 5, talent attraction. So it's our role to make Finland more international. As I said in the beginning, it's so nice to see this partnership between Granlund and Desapex. You know, things are happening regardless of the COVID times. To be honest, we have also been busier than ever during the COVID times. I'm extremely proud of Finnish companies, of Indian companies, how resilient both countries and the companies in both countries have been. I want to spend just a couple of minutes to talk about digitalization. You know, today we are talking about digitalization everywhere. Today, even in this webinar, we are talking about digital solutions. I had a chat with CP Kurnani, who is a dear friend, and he's the CEO of Tech Mahindra. And CP told me that actually COVID is the new CTO of so many companies, because it is COVID that is actually driving the kind of digital transformation in so many fields, so many companies. As you may know, Finland, already before the COVID, Finland was the most innovative, but also the most digital society in the world. For example, cloud adoption of our companies has been #1 globally, but the speed of digitalization of the whole country has just been increasing because we have this new CTO, which is COVID. Also us. And as we all know, many companies are struggling, but I see that some of our Finnish SMEs, Finnish large companies like Granlund, although there's COVID, but these companies who are offering digital solutions are doing extremely well. And we are also seeing an invasion of Indian companies now exploring Finland, exploring companies like Granlund, but exploring the whole Finnish ecosystem, what they could do there, whether it's 5G, whether it's cybersecurity. Most of the things that are interesting in Finland to Indian companies are in the digital domain. Maybe another trend that I'm seeing is like a surge of contacts of Finnish companies. Those Finnish companies who have some business in India already through distributors, but who are not manufacturing products here. Manufacturing takes place in China or Europe or Finland even. So many of these companies have realized that in order for them to grow or even to retain the Indian market, they possibly need to set up manufacturing here in India. And these exercises we have ongoing with many new companies. So kind of besides these unique Finnish digital solutions, what we are discussing today with Granlund and Desapex, I'm also confident that we will have more and more Finnish companies manufacturing their concrete products in India. So I'm seeing a new wave of Finnish companies coming to India. Overall, you companies are the ones who are doing the business. We can only support as a government, but we have a very strong mindset to do that, to support you. And by we, what I mean is that we, Business Finland, the Embassy of Finland also, and also the Finnish Chamber of Commerce, which is starting to be more and more active in India. So we are here to support you. Do not hesitate to contact us, whatever the case is, however you think we could help you. So it's not only Granlund and Finnish companies, but all the possible partners that Granlund have. It's our role to help you guys however we can. So thank you again. As mentioned, I'm very excited for this partnership. Please be safe wherever you are, and wishing you all a lovely Christmas to you and to your loved ones. Veikko and Varun, take it from here.
Thank you very much, Jukka. It was very informative, and thanks for your time in the busy schedule, and the things which you told are happening in the background, and thank you very much. So I think we'll move to the digital twin solution architecture slide. Veikko, if you can just go to the next slide, and we can talk about those things.
Okay, good. Let's continue. So kind of like when it comes to innovations, it's like in the genetics of Granlund company. We have long history, and at the moment we are putting around 6 to 8% to innovations and R&D of our revenue. So in that sense, Granlund can be considered as high-tech company. This is our innovation roadmap that we did do a few years ago. Maybe the years kind of like could be updated. We haven't been maybe proceeding as fast as we have wished in the first place. But kind of when we talk of digital twins and BIM IoT utilization, there's so many tools, so many terms that it's very seldom actually when you see a clear roadmap how to proceed. I was first introduced to BIM or IFC in 1996, and I was thinking that, wow, soon we would be getting all the information automatically from design and construction for facility management. Well, did it happen? I didn't need to wait for 2 years. I did need to wait for 20 years. And still, kind of like how to utilize BIM in facility management, there's not really many solutions and clear ideas that I've seen. But this is how we see what is the path that we have taken, where we are at. So doing consulting, design, and software. This is actually the same services as Desapex is providing in India, and it was amazing for me to see, and I got introduced to this kind of leading BIM company in India. So in that sense, we are a little bit bigger than Desapex, but sharing kind of like the same passion for buildings and technology and BIM. So the idea is that how to utilize this information coming from kind of like construction and design phase. First, there needs to be platform kind of like to utilize the data, do the visualization, and then start to do all the optimization and analytics. So first, you start to utilize the BIM data. Then you start to utilize the IoT data. And here comes, because BIM is not IoT, it's just kind of like the information and 3D model. But we want to utilize also the IoT data that buildings are generating more and more, and then reaching to the point where we can talk of big data. Data, we all know that data is future oil. So we believe that all building owners should have much data, and also they should own their data. I think what is the mistake that many building owners do? They outsource their data management. They take property management company saying that, hey, you bring us the solution. We don't care of the data. But then you lose much of the power, because then these property management companies, they give the owners the data that they want to show. So they are controlling, not the property owners. So we believe that every property owner should be interested of the data. So this way we can start to provide better analytics, better reporting. And then what we are doing at the moment, kind of like engaging the operability data coming from people and also the maintenance processes, start to utilize artificial intelligence, machine learning, building up the algorithms that kind of like how you can predict things. So at the moment, in many places, we are still digitalizing the maintenance, kind of like coming from reactive, corrective maintenance to preventive maintenance, having only Excel. But we want to bring the buildings more to predictable maintenance, where kind of like the systems can provide you the information what you should be doing the next. And the next steps after this predictability would be learning facility, that kind of like there is data and utilizing more machine learning, how this could happen, and all the way kind of like the thinking facility and the vision of kind of like how buildings and end users can communicate better. And along this side, it's not only kind of like software and ecosystem development, but it's also service development. So this is how we see, this is how we believe, and this is the path that we have taken. And then kind of like coming back to the ground, what we really do, what the solution does, how this works. On the left-hand side in this slide, we have data sources. They can be any IoT information in buildings. Usually it's the utilities, electricity, water consumption, IoT data coming mostly from BMS systems, but today more and more from different IoT devices, sensors, smart sensors, etc. And then there's the kind of like BIM information coming from laser scanning or from CAD solutions during the construction phase. And for the Indian market, we have built up kind of like with Desapec the capability of collecting, to putting kind of like local data warehouse middleware to collect the data. And ground, we have experience of doing more than 1,000 integrations. So we are a specialist in that field, and we are capable of utilizing the data. But how we want to utilize, quite normal use cases are energy management and energy optimization. But then there is what we call analytics layer, that buildings, when they start to provide more and more data, we want to visualize the data, because when amount of data increases exponentially, the normal standardized reporting is not well enough kind of like to show this type of information. So there's business intelligence type of reporting, utilizing big data, and also want to visualize the information in the floor plan. But anyway, kind of like this analytics layer, when it is not helping us without anyone reacting. So here you detect what is wrong, what needs to be done, but without making corrective action, nothing will happen. So any energy monitoring doesn't save you any energy. Or if you follow up operability and see that, for example, now it's too hot or too cold, it doesn't change anything. It's just information. Only by acting, you can kind of like have the effect. And usually it is the maintenance. And there's reactive maintenance, and also we want to focus more on preventive maintenance or even predictive maintenance. And then having this kind of like superior, kind of like easy to use user interfaces and accessibility, either on mobile app or on workstation. And actually what we are generating here is the process of data flow. How the data flows from your IoT sensors all the way to action. And this is not only the process for data flow, this is actually your kind of like facility management or property management process. how you utilize the data, do the action, and correct it. So this integrates the data flow and your processes and gives the visibility and control for your management to be able to see what is happening in your properties. And for this, we have few use cases. So the first use case would be kind of like digital handover. Here in the video, you can see the traditional Revit solution for construction and design phase. Data output to Excel, we can support, for example, COBie formats. Then in our solution, you can add as-built information and then doing the export of this information to Granlund Manager. So at this stage, all the as-built information is updated. And the next phase would be that the data is imported to Granlund Manager solution. So we can ensure we have solution for the data flow all the way from your Revit or CAD systems to our solution. And it's not only the data that flows, we can utilize the 3D model and integrate the maintenance processes to this. So digital handover would be the first use case. And then you can utilize this kind of like visualization, for example, different service zones, like air handling unit, that which chiller or which air handling unit is serving these spaces, helping to track the root causes. These can be lighting areas, tenant areas, whatever the need is. And then there's the preventive maintenance, having the schedule and standardization, first to digitalize and standardize your maintenance processes, creating smoother maintenance and highlighting kind of like on the floor plan where you have the maintenance need. Coming to reactive maintenance, how we can make the process easy. On the left-hand side, you can see the video that you can do QR code scanning when there's something wrong. You enter, make the service request, so everyone in the building can make the service request just by scanning the QR code and entering what is wrong. You can also attach pictures there, easy as that. And then it pops up in the BIM model that which is the space where we have service request work orders, and maintenance is capable of following this process up. We can generate these service requests automatically. So when we have systems that kind of like detect and tell that now there's some sort of malfunction and maintenance should react, we can generate automatically the service request into the system. And again, in the BIM model, it pops up and you can see that, okay, now this technical asset has the service request there. Kind of like where we are working at the moment and having first customer cases is now related to this augmented reality. So you can use iPad or your phone in building and see kind of like in this view the augmented reality that what is behind the walls. And also kind of like let me see that it comes like that. You can see all the technical ducts and air distributors. You can use this also. Let me count this phase that there's the kind of like indoor navigation. Follow me. So when there's maintenance target or service request work order, the augmented reality can bring you there and give also the information of kind of like air volumes and temperatures etc., to help you to track the root cause. So it's indicating that, okay, now we have some sort of service request and you can complete this work done. Okay, and then there's the how you can utilize this is for indoor air quality, energy, and performance optimization, kind of like visualizing the data of kind of like coming from millions points of kind of like measurement points, that is the property working according to the set targets. Of course, energy metering is very, very important, giving you, this is example of kind of like monthly profile. You can see the weekdays, weekends, nighttime consumption, being able to give you the possibility to drill in. And the last case is data analytics, all the information to management dashboards. For example, these work orders, service requests, you can follow up SLAs, that how fast has the maintenance teams or service provider reacted on the work orders? How long does it take to make them? Different type of filtering and analytics. On the right-hand side is a dashboard of energy consumption. So this illustrates kind of like each dot is one property, showing that the size of a dot tells what is the absolute energy consumption. And then on the right-hand axis, there is kind of like the relative consumption, and on y-axis is kind of like has the energy consumption gone up or down. So the red dots, you can see that energy has gone up, and the green ones that you have saved energy. So it's easy to track that, okay, in these buildings, energy is going up. Why is it so? If usually when I meet property managers or kind of like real estate directors having tens of properties, if I set a question that, hey, which of your 5 properties the energy consumption has increased most during the last year, how many of you would be able to tell this? Or in which properties you have saved the most? So quite easily, and you can detect this information and start to drill in. Of course, there needs to be kind of the big picture, but then you need to drill in and find the root cause. And all this digitalization can help you in these processes, giving you the picture where you are, but also tracking and creating the process how to solve this. So this was the presentation part, just quickly showing you how the software looks like. So as you can see, this is the landing page of Granult Manager. And what you can do here is actually you can customize your landing page. These portlets that you have here, you can remove them. Oops, let me refresh the page since I haven't been here in a while. Should be coming. Do we have demo effect here? Because I haven't been now logged into this for a while. Okay, let me.
So while you try this out, Vico, we have a very interesting question coming up. Is there any data or case studies on how much cost reduction is possible by using augmented reality?
I think that augmented reality is something that we don't have that many commercial solutions that we would have evidence that it would already, that we would have already proven use cases. Like we are just bringing in the first versions and seeing how it can make more efficient the information. But you can imagine that when maintenance, they have this information The old way it was that the information wasn't available, or they needed to go back to the kind of like some kind of room plant room where you have all the documentation going back and forth. So easily you could say that 20% of this kind of going back and forth can be saved.
Okay.
Any more questions there? I think we are just about to exceed our timeline.
Yeah, so there is also one question coming up, like how the solution can help for buildings with already existing BMS.
Good question. We are capable of utilizing kind of like the data from all the BMS solutions. So we just we have the standardized REST APIs, integrate utilizing the data. So how we want to utilize the BMS data is we actually set up the target, how the building should be functioning, and the kind of like analytics and the kind of like algorithms in the system indicate which are the systems kind of like worst performing, where should the maintenance be focusing the next time. So this is how we want to utilize the information. We have already existing kind of like interfaces with kind of like all the main BMS solutions in the market. But if you have kind of like very exotic model or very old model, then would be recommended to have some sort of update to your BMS solution.
So just to add to that answer, Vico, what I would say is this solution would not replace any existing BMS. So this solution will act as a front layer for BMS, where you can actually integrate all your energy management system, BMS system, lighting management systems, and do the maintenance activities. So today, if you see, the BMS is more of a reactive maintenance strategy, where we don't get to store all the asset data throughout the building, and also to take the decisions when you actually want to do the maintenance activity of that particular asset. So this solution will actually integrate all the available systems and then give you intelligent framework to actually maintain that property better.
Correct.
So, so there is one question like how to create a digital twin from scratch in layman terms. So I think for that, I think there are two approaches to create. Recently, last week, we had one very good webinar from Granlund talking about how complex it can be for digital twin and how simple it can be. So the simple digital twins are only related to talking with your 2D floor plans. Just by having an as-built 2D floor plan, we can actually create a digital twin, which are actually talking to your management systems. And also, there are complex use cases where actually you create a BIM model and then integrate with different IoT systems. So you can do that. So there are two approaches as we see the future of digital twin.
Correct. And this system, it's scalable. So you don't need actually any integration to BMS system. You don't need any digital twin. So you can start by digitalizing your manual or Excel processes. And then when you have properties where you have BIM model or you want to do laser scanning, IoT utilization, you can do it. So this solution is one platform that you can have different, or it scales throughout your building portfolios. You can freely define your building portfolios. And then choosing one portfolio, it would summarize the information of this whole portfolio. And we can also support different type of user roles. So actually these portlets here, you can customize your landing page. You can remove these kind of like portlets. You can change the order. You can change the size of these portlets. So in that sense, it's customizable for kind of like one maintenance person in one particular building to a big building portfolio manager. This is why the same system is user-friendly for small McDonald's and kind of like big 300,000 square meter properties where there's kind of like tens or hundreds of different users.
So also there is one another interesting question coming up. I think this would be the last question to wrap up the session. So will it be possible to integrate these solutions with already existing workplace management system like space management or other kind of already existing systems which organizations are using?
Yeah, yes, we have done this many times. So answer is simply yes.
Okay, I think then I think we have answered all the questions, and we would like to thank all the participants, attendees, and also panelist Vico and Yuka for attending this session. I hope the session was informative, and definitely we would like to interact with you one-on-one if it's required to understand more about the technology and solution, and we'll keep you posted with upcoming webinars. So we started it as a first webinar, and we would like to have it on a monthly basis to share our knowledge and proceedings which are happening in the market. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Yuka. Thank you, Vico.